Friends, welcome to another episode of Day Out with a Star. I'm Chandra Kishore, your host, sharing the life story of another green star who can inspire you for doing something different in the society, caring for the work you love. Let me welcome today Bipin Tiwari, co-founder of Kingsley Eco Asia. Bipin, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
Bipin is an alumni of the prestigious Masters of Science in Sustainability program from University of Toronto, uh, and he's also a process professional and a safety consultant by profession. He's heading the division of Kingsley Engineering Services. He's also the co-founder of Kingsley Eco Asia, and he works out of Ankleshwar, Gujarat. Bipin, before I start, this is my favorite question that I ask everyone. Who is Bipin?
Okay, very interesting question. First, I would like to thank Day Out with Star platform for providing me this opportunity. Thank you very much, Mr. Kishore, for
Mhm,
creating this platform. Now, coming on to the question, who is Bipin?
mhm,
Now, I would like to answer this question in a very philosophical and scientific manner.
uh-huh,
I'm very much fascinated by the law of thermodynamics that states that energy can neither be created nor it can be destroyed. It can only be transferred from one form to another form.
wow.
So, who is Bipin?
Mhm,
Bipin, I will say, is a form of energy. And what
uh-huh,
does Bipin do? Bipin spreads positive energy through his work, through his
mhm,
words, and this positive energy is to influence people around and work towards environment.
mhm. Tell me about your childhood, where you grew, and how did you come to join this beautiful program and everything?
Right. Talking about my journey, I was
Mhm,
actually born in a very poor family. My
mhm,
father, he comes from a very small village
mhm,
close to Varanasi. It's called Tarai. And
mhm,
he came to Mumbai in search of job. He did two odd jobs to satisfy our daily needs.
mhm,
Uh, we, a family of five, we used to live in a very small room with an
mhm,
integrated kitchen, and
mhm,
we used to go out use public washroom. So overall, in conclusion, it was a tough life
mhm,
back then. Now, at that age, seeing your father struggle to
mhm,
fulfill your daily needs, you
mhm,
have to show your dedication towards this struggle, right?
mhm,
At this age, you cannot do anything.
mhm.
So, my dedication towards his work was through my studies.
Right.
So, I dedicated myself by studying.
Uh-huh.
I was sent to a boarding school. I studied there in Uttarakhand,
Mhm.
surrounded by nature with a
What
snow
school
capped
was that?
Himalayas. It was G.D. Birla Memorial School,
Oh,
Ranikhet.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's a beautiful school and surrounded by snow-capped Himalayan mountains, right in the middle of nature. It's a beautiful school.
Mm-hmm.
After my schooling, I decided to pursue chemical engineering.
Mm-hmm.
And during my engineering days, I got this inclination towards environment. I got opportunity to interact with like-minded professionals. I got opportunity to work on projects related to biofuel generation, related to waste management, wastewater effluent treatment, green technology.
Mm-hmm.
I got opportunity to conduct seminars on effluent treatment, renewable energy. So that is how my inclination towards nature or preserving environment increased. Now,
But
after my
then, why did you select this MSCSM program of University of Toronto? Tell me more about it.
exactly. So after my engineering, I was actually placed with Atotech India Limited. It was subsidiary of Total Oil and Gas Group, and I was posted in Gandhinagar. And I got privilege to visit customer site.
Mm-hmm.
Now, during those visit, I felt that I was not justifying my studies, my research that I have done. So
Mm-hmm.
I told my father that I want to quit my job and I have to study environment. I want to go abroad and study.
Uh-huh.
So we took education loan, applied to different universities, and
Right.
then saw the curriculum of Master of Science in Sustainability Management program.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a program that actually gives you the mixture of technical aspects of environmental studies along with managerial aspects of environmental studies. It mixes both and enhances your overall managerial skill. So you
Mm-hmm.
are technically strong, you are managerially strong. When you combine both, you are a
Mhm.
complete leader. So that is what MSCSM program teaches you. After seeing the courses that program had to offer, I made up my mind that this is the program that I'm looking forward to, and I would join. And I'm very privileged and fortunate to have been part of that program.
No, but like tell me, like when you're searching for different programs and comparing other social sustainability programs, how did you think that this is the program for you?
Right. To be very true, I applied to different universities. I applied to universities in Netherlands, in
Mm,
UK,
mm,
US, Canada.
mhm,
Got accepted by most of them.
mhm,
But then when I was comparing courses or universities, the program they were offering,
mhm.
most of the universities they offer only sustainable technology.
Right.
Most of the university they only offer the management aspect of sustainability.
Mhm,
None of the university provide you this interdisciplinary culture that MSCSM had to offer.
mhm.
So you sitting in a room with
Right.
20 different people, 20 chosen change maker from across the world. Some
Mhm,
are from literature background, some are from finance background, some are engineers,
mhm.
some are uh, from English literature background. So you sit with different people, all the
Exactly.
ideas come together and you create a solution, and that solution is balanced from all the aspects of sustainability. That is a true sustainable teaching, which I found in
Exactly.
MSCSM program.
And like achieving your career goals through MSCSM program, how did this program equip you as your current role as co-founder of Kingsley Ecoasia?
Right. Now, to be a founder of a company or to head a technology division of a company,
Mhm,
three are the most important factors that come into daily use.
mhm.
Now, first is decision making skills. You have
Right.
to be good in making
Mhm,
decision.
mhm,
Now, to make decision, you have to have that confidence, and to have that confidence
mhm,
to make that decision, you need certain factors such as cost,
mhm,
how cost effective your solution is or your decision is,
mhm,
how profit it is
mhm,
going to make, and what
mhm,
value it is going to add customers.
mhm,
Now, MSCSM program actually has courses. Like if I talk about courses that is called strategies.
mhm.
Now, strategies actually teaches you how to make decision.
Right.
Now, if you have an environment where you are fighting against cost, now what is the strategy you are going to have?
Mhm,
So all the decision making skills, all the confidence, all the
mhm,
strategies that you need to apply to a business or
mhm.
the skills that you are supposed to have as an entrepreneur, MSCSM program offers you such courses.
Wow. No, that's great to know. But tell me, like, what would you like to suggest to students who are looking for master's program in sustainability?
Right. If I look back to the days when I was looking forward to such courses, I would like to first appreciate them for such thought, because it is a very good thought
Mhm.
to go to a path where most people don't take.
Right.
And secondly, I would also like to tell them that there is something in them
Mhm.
that they need to manifest,
Yes.
and they need to grow it so that they can do something for the environment.
Mhm.
The road is not easy. It is
Mhm.
not easy.
Mhm.
Sustainability is not something that everyone is going to understand, but
Right.
it is an idea, it is a concept, it is a solution, it is a culture that you
Mhm.
need to develop. So I really appreciate such thought. I would like to say people who are joining sustainability management or thinking about such courses to go ahead. It is the way of living that is going to come to the future, and it is the way of living, and
Mhm.
it's the best option one can choose.
And as you said, MSCS program is best placed to provide all those solutions to them, right?
Right. I mean, for the people watching the interview, this isn't any marketing campaign that I'm doing. I'm
Uh,
sharing my life experience,
mhm,
because facing an outside world, it is
mhm,
very important that you be prepared.
mhm,
Now, if I talk about the projects that I've done in MSCSM program, I mean, I've got the opportunity to work with a scientist from Environment Canada. I
uh-huh,
have got opportunity to develop a sustainable model for a very small scale company. I
mhm,
have got opportunity to develop integrated marketing campaign for an NGO in India.
mhm,
So I have got opportunity to work on different sectors.
Exactly.
Along with that, I've also got opportunity to develop models for businesses.
Hmm.
So MSCSM program is actually providing you all the opportunity.
Hmm.
Now it is up to us how
Exactly.
we grab those opportunities,
Hmm.
how we bring it into practical application, and what best we can use from it. So
Hmm.
I would say MSCSM is a platform. It is
Hmm.
going to provide you with n number of opportunities. Now
Hmm.
it is up to us how we
Hmm.
utilize that opportunities, and those opportunities are golden opportunities,
Hmm.
which I would say no one should miss.
Yeah, thank you, Bipin, for telling us so much about this MSCS program. Now, getting more to your personal life, I hear that you received your academic research paper for studies on biofuel by cultivation algae as a source of nutrients, and you were awarded the Motorola Scholars Award in 2011-12 by Motorola Foundation USA. Tell me more about it.
Right. During my engineering days, when I was doing project, one of my friend, his name
Mm-hmm.
is Mr. Jani Jagat,
Mm-hmm.
and he was working on third generation biofuels.
Okay.
So he insisted me to join the project,
Mm-hmm.
and I joined the project. And during the project, I got to learn the practical technology, like what is distillation,
Mm-hmm.
what is evaporation, what is extraction, which in most cases it is a theoretical knowledge, but working on such project is going to give you the practical knowledge. So I
Right.
actually practically learned
Mm-hmm.
how to dry an algae,
Mm-hmm.
how to extract oil from it,
Mm-hmm.
and how to use it as a biofuel. So I got a
Mm-hmm.
practical experience. So when we did this project, we actually thought of presenting this project at Indian Institute of Science.
Mm-hmm.
So we were working under Professor Ranganathan of RVCE,
Mm-hmm.
and we took this project and we presented in front of eminent scientists and industrialists gathered at Indian Institute of Science.
Mm-hmm.
And along with that, we had some other projects also in the field of telecommunication, in the field of automation, in the field of mechanical engineering.
Mm-hmm.
So at that time, this idea was very unique.
Mm-hmm.
You have competitors coming from telecommunication and automation, and then you present an idea that is about biofuel generation. So
Right.
people really liked the idea.
Mm-hmm.
People accepted it. We also got award for it, and that is how we realized that the biofuel or green technology is something that is being accepted in India.
Mm-hmm.
People are getting aware about it, and they are accepting it. That is one of my biggest achievement, I would
That's
say.
great. And going on from that, I want to specifically talk to, for our viewers about starting an environmental enterprise. Can you come a little closer? Just a little
Sure.
closer. Yeah, that's great. So, starting an environmental enterprise, is it difficult to start your own enterprise? And I hear you quote Bruce Lee stating that knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. Let me know about your challenges.
Right. Starting an enterprise is easy, but starting a sustainable enterprise is not.
Mm-hmm.
I have established my business in a country where we are 1.3 billion people.
Mm-hmm.
And fulfilling basic needs such as food, water is one of the most important criteria.
Mm-hmm.
Now, going to different chemical companies and pharmaceutical companies and telling them that we are manufacturing pressure vacuum relief devices that is going to control your vapor loss emission, it sounds totally absurd because right now company is more focusing on making profits.
Mm-hmm.
So such long-term vision is not easily acceptable in the target audience. But how does a sustainable enterprise become successful?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when there is a fear, there is a demand.
Right.
So when there is fear of having an intoxicated environment, when
Mm-hmm.
there is fear of groundwater contamination, when
Mm-hmm.
there is fear of diseases, then
Mm-hmm.
people usually opt for sustainable choices. They
Mm-hmm.
start eating healthy. They start cleaning the air around. They start installing charcoal filters and all. So where there is fear, there is demand.
Right.
Now, to start a sustainable enterprise, it is very important to spread awareness amongst customer.
Mm-hmm.
Indirectly, I would say to spread fear amongst customer that this is what is going to happen if certain things are not looked upon. So
Right.
when we were doing this with our company, we actually started a mass awareness program. I call it customer awareness program.
Mm-hmm.
We conducted customer awareness program in across 55 leading chemical and pharmaceutical companies.
Mm-hmm.
That was completely free of cost. We went to each and every company,
Mm-hmm.
told them about their processes, what harm it is going to make to the environment,
Mm-hmm.
how our devices is going to help them control their vapor loss, how
Right.
our devices is going to help them control the emissions that they are doing. And
Mm-hmm.
suddenly, when the awareness was spreading, there was a fear being generated. And when there was fear being generated, the demand automatically got created. And
Mm-hmm.
when there is demand, there is supply. So
Yes.
that is how our product entered into the market, and it is good, doing very good now.
No, that's great to know that right from a humble background that you came from, and then just starting an environmental company. And I always tell to all the future students and everyone who says that like an environment is not the subject. I tell them talk about entrepreneurs, not don't talk about these jobs that you'll be doing. Tell me,
Right,
like,
right.
what was the role of your family and mentors in shaping what you are today? Do
Right.
you think you were able to get everything on a silver platter? If not, how do you prove yourself in a family enterprise?
Right. There is a very old saying that says that the first generation they actually create,
Mm-hmm.
the second generation they preserve,
Uh-huh.
the third generation they destroy it,
Oh,
and
yes.
the fourth generation they have to rebuild it.
Yes.
So I'm actually fortunate to be part of the second generation, and my responsibility is first to preserve what my first generation made,
Mm-hmm.
and along with that my responsibility is also to create for the next generation that is going to come, that is going to be my second generation.
Right.
So as the support of my family, I'm very thankful to my father to come up with the vision
Mm-hmm.
of coming from such a poor background and starting a company.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also very much thankful to my wife. We
Mm-hmm.
got married last year in November, and
Uh-huh.
she's also from a business background, and she's taking currently taking care of finance and accounts of the company. And
Right.
it is very important for two-person to have a same view.
Exactly.
I She has a pro-environmental behavior. I also have a pro-environmental behavior. That is why we are contributing to a company that is working towards a pro-environmental goal.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very thankful for her to keep the spirit alive of this pro-environmental ethics,
Mm-hmm.
to keep the spirit alive, and definitely family plays a very important role. Without their strength and support, nothing is actually possible. So I'm very
Uh-huh.
thankful to them.
No, and I'm thankful for you for talking about this on this platform. Uh, you have a manufacturing facility in one of the most polluted city in India and in Gujarat, that is Ankleshwar, right?
Right, right.
What is your formula to clean Ankleshwar and make it more sustainable
Right. I
and
mean,
an
this is
environmentally
actually
conscious city?
right. This is actually a very interesting question, and I always tell, like, when people ask me, like, you are trying to build an environmental enterprise, and you are into a city that is considered to be the most polluted city in India.
Mm-hmm.
So, my opinion on that is, in order to learn how a lion behaves, it is very important to be around lion.
Mm-hmm.
In order to learn how a plant grows, it is very important to be with that plant, so that you get to understand their behavior.
Right.
Now, in order to understand that how this polluted city can turn into a sustainable city, it is very important to be around them. It is very important to be around chemical companies. It is very important to be around small and medium chemical companies that are polluting, so that by observing them, by listening to their problems, we can come up with solution. So
Right.
without problem, there are not going to be solution.
Mm-hmm.
So being around them, we are actually observing their problems. We are generating solutions for them. We are helping pharmaceutical companies control their vapor laws. And for sure, in coming 5 to 6 years, Ankleshwar is going to turn into a sustainable city. There is a lot of work that is going on when it comes to safety norms, when it comes to environmental norms. And I'm pretty sure Ankleshwar is going to change the perspective that it has currently in the world.
And we were talking just before this interview That's why we want our Indian Environment Network, Paryavaran.com. We should start our first chapter in Ankleshwar, which is one of the most, so we can see the turnaround that we can do right there, right?
Exactly, and people here are very eager to learn about sustainability. They're very much eager to learn about what measures they can take to control pollution, control groundwater contamination. And I'm pretty sure people would love to have you here, and also, we can listen to them. We can create solutions, and that is what is going to, create a better future.
No, yeah, I completely agree with you, and let's work on it. And since I'm coming in December, and let's plan if we can
For
have
sure.
a great get together together of Indian Environment Network. And for
My
our
pleasure.
viewers, we run Indian Environment Network, Paryavaran.com, which has more than 6,000 top environment professionals as members. So join us and learn from people like Bipin Tiwari, uh, who will tell you the struggle to go beyond mere environmental things to a sustainable society. That's the most important thing to do. Um, how has this journey, Bipin, uh, seeding your knowledge about a sustainable world, changed you as a person?
It is a very tough question, I would say. I mean, it is tough. It is tough sometimes. It is
Mm-hmm.
also disappointing sometimes when people don't see that vision.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the main point presenting sustainability to people is to put them into a situation where they can foresee
Mm-hmm.
what benefit your solution is going to generate.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how it has changed me as a person, it has actually brought a lot of patience, because I know implementing such ideas or coming up with such solution, it is a long term process. It
Mm-hmm.
is not a short term process. You require a lot of patience. The only thing that keeps you going is awareness. The more you talk to people, the more you help them understand your ideas, the more you talk to them about cost benefit analysis, the
Mm-hmm.
more you talk to them about what value it is going to add,
Mm-hmm.
the more acceptable it becomes. But it takes a lot of time. You have to be patient. The greatest example is when we talk about solar cells.
Mm-hmm.
Now, solar technology wasn't well accepted because one of the most important factor when it comes to solar technology was cost, because
Right.
cost was something that most people were not willing to invest.
Mm-hmm.
But later on, when some examples came out that what is the savings or what is the return on of investment while installing solar panels, then people started accepting it. Now we see that most houses, they're acceptable to solar panels. So it is a long term process. It takes maybe years, but
Mm-hmm.
once people get to know the value it is going to add and what benefit they are going to get from it, it is going to be easy.
No,
So
that's great. But like, I have another question that uh, is it more difficult to work as a champion for sustainability rather than work for safe areas as finance and IT sector? What would be your advice to young professionals who would like to create impact in the environment sector rather than working for an investment bank?
right, I would say it has the same weightage as people working in finance and IT sectors,
Mhm.
because if you are going to create a sustainable enterprise, you are definitely going to have a finance department. You are
Right.
definitely going to have an IT department. So the concept of sustainability or the beauty of sustainability that I say is it can be integrated to any field you talk about. If you
Mhm.
talk about finance, there is financial sustainability. If you talk about software, it is about sustainability related to software also. So each and every field that exists currently,
Mhm.
sustainability can be well integrated to it. So
Mhm.
sustainability is actually a core part of such fields. So if someone is doing finance, I would
Mhm.
say they have a lot of opportunities to implement sustainability into finance. If
Mhm.
someone is going for IT sector, I would say there is a lot of scope focusing on social sustainability. If
Mhm.
someone is into mechanical field, I would say there is a lot of scope of focusing on how they can procure raw material
Mhm.
at a very economical and social cost. So I would say sustainability can be implemented in each and every field we talk about.
And like in your own organization, uh, how difficult or what are the challenges of uh, being a sustainable company?
Right. Uh, it is very challenging because as the law of physics says, for every action there is going to be equal and opposite reaction.
Right.
So people are sometimes they are resistant to change
Mm-hmm.
because there is a very nice course that I actually underwent in MSCSM program
Uh-huh.
that taught us how to uh, understand employee behavior.
Mm-hmm.
It was a course taught by Professor Jacob Hrish, and
Mm-hmm.
he taught us, how to work towards such changes, how to understand behavior pattern, how to, deal with people who are resistant to change.
Mm-hmm.
So I was actually prepared for that. I know there is going to be resistance when you take a change.
Mm-hmm.
So I slowly implemented. So when I came to my organization, the first thing that I did was I replaced all the lights with LED light. There was a
Okay.
resistance
Right.
because LED lights are costly.
Mm-hmm.
But I implemented it. I said that okay, whatever cost we are going to incur, I'll take it on my own. But
Mm-hmm.
after 2 3 months, when we started comparing the electricity bills, we started seeing the results. So
Right.
people are resistant to change, but you need to implement. You have to feel the fear and go anyway. So
Right.
that is how you're going to implement such ideas. There are going to be resistance. It is definitely going to be there.
No, no, I completely agree with you. And people who are watching this, change comes from very small things, right?
Exactly,
Doing
exactly.
small things right, and that's how you change the perspective. And I'm sure that, like, uh, Bipin, he came from a very humble background, and then he started his own environmental company, and he's doubling his revenue every 2 years, right?
Exactly. Now we are estimating 1.5 million USD this year,
Yeah.
and we've also doubled our employees from 10 to we have gone to 72. We are going.
Wow, 10
We
to
are
72 employees within a matter of like just 2 years, right?
2 years exactly. We have improved our staff. We are focusing on we have recently we are acquiring a new site also that is 5,000 square meters
Mm-hmm.
to expand,
Mm-hmm.
and slowly steadily we are improving. We have been nominated today as one of the fastest growing company in this sector. So we have been nominated today for that. So it is a
Wow,
very
that
good day for me
congratulations
today.
for that. That's great. See, so that's why I tell our students in the environment sector, don't get disheartened. Don't look for another job. You can be an entrepreneur. As India is growing, industries are growing. There are so many environmental opportunities, right? For creating
Exactly,
things that can, we implement it and we can save our environment, right?
exactly. I
And
completely agree with you.
right, so you can become a green entrepreneur just like Bipin did, and you will be very successful doing what you love. Bipin, tell me, do you think yourself as a genius? If not, how can ordinary people achieve extraordinary things in life?
Right. No, I don't consider myself as a genius. It is a very good question, and I would like to quote one of the quotes from Calvin Coolidge. He said that only one thing that is important is your persistence and your determination. There are a lot many talented people around
Mm-hmm.
uh, who are unsuccessful.
Mm-hmm.
There are not many educated people who are not using their education in a proper way. There are many geniuses who are unrewarded. There is also a saying that unrewarded genius is just a proverb.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no point of being a genius if you don't use your knowledge. What I would say is who I am. I am a learner. I am curious about gaining knowledge. I'm curious to gain knowledge from wherever I can, and the only thing I am happy about is the persistence and the determination that is required to proceed ahead. And genius is just a proverb. Unrewarded genius is just a proverb.
Yeah. No, but like, it is very early, Bipin. You have just started your life, but it always says that if you see your end, you can be a better person. So, tell me, what is your legacy?
Right.
What do you want to leave as a footprint on the future generation?
Uh, Legacy is more like your story. So
Mm-hmm.
me being part of this prestigious platform today
Mm-hmm.
it is also going to add to my legacy.
Certainly.
Me being graduated from Masters of Science in Sustainable Management program from University of Toronto, it is going to add to my legacy. So
Mm-hmm.
my story is my legacy. Now,
Mm-hmm.
what I want to leave behind to the coming generation, I believe in working in taking step by step to make things better. So I have a surrounding.
Mm-hmm.
The first I have to leave for my coming generation a good surrounding. Now,
Mm-hmm.
if my surrounding is good, my coming generation surrounding is automatically going to be good. So
Mm-hmm.
I have to first focus on my family. I have to
Mm-hmm.
first focus on my company. If I
Mm-hmm.
can balance both, my coming generation is going to have two things that is already balanced.
Right.
Now they are going to work in creating something much better. They are going to expand their horizon. They are going to expand their surrounding. So what is the legacy I want to leave behind? I want to leave behind a cleaner surrounding to them. I want to leave behind a good environment that they can breathe properly. I want to leave behind a good enterprise for them, which is ethical in nature,
Mm-hmm.
and which is working towards environment, so that they can preserve it. Because as I said, what my first generation did, I have to preserve it. Similarly,
Exactly.
what I'm going to do, my coming generation has to preserve it.
No, Bipin, thank you so much for being part of my platform. Uh, I would love to have you as a mentor for Indian Environment Network so that we
My
can
pleasure.
guide the next generation of our fans together and we can attract a new crop of sustainability managers who love what they do and doing what they love, they can spread sustainability, right?
Exactly. I completely agree with you. And again, I would like to thank you for providing me this platform. It's been a wonderful day. And certainly, this is going to add to my legacy. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. And let me thank the MSCSM Program University of Toronto for sponsoring this interview. Bipin, thank you so much. Bye.
My pleasure. Thank you.